What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate y'all for continuing to rock with me. There's so many people. See Rita inside of the airport, but I got a flight to catch. So I've been pretty much working all day. The work hasn't stopped, but I did pivot. And the way that I pivoted was I didn't do any uploads today. The only thing that I did was live stream. So I did live stream this morning on a Millionaire Morning Show because we don't miss any live streams. But I did not upload anything today, even though I got a lot of videos to upload. Because every once in a while, maybe once every 4 months, once every 3 to 4 months, so maybe once a quarter, I take an opportunity and I reset so that I can put everything back in perspective. And so I like to organize, especially with us coming into the content creation space. Because I got so many boxes, so much furniture, and I got onboarding for a lot of different employees that work for me personally and that work for me in corporate America. And even in corporate America, I got 2 different projects that I'm trying to manage, like very, very big projects that I'm managing with a lot of different people and contractors. And so I like to take like a Friday, and then I'll even take it off of corporate America. And since I'm flying out of town, specifically I'm heading over to Utah, Salt Lake City, I can then reset, get things back in order, and then we can start being on a schedule until we start to come more like, you know, current day activity. So a lot of times when I shoot content, I upload it same day, almost like same hour. And I've created a process to where it's very, very easy for me to do that. But I want to kind of move into where I'm getting ahead of time with specific content. Now, there is certain content that I can't get ahead of time on, right? So like, you know, current events and things like that, I like to have it relevant to whatever it is that I'm talking about, and then I relate it back to the money or whatever it is that I'm doing. But for other content, especially with me bringing other people on board, like editors and producers, you know, people to be able to bring people into the content creation space so I don't have to spend my time doing that type of stuff, it's easier for me to source that out. But in order for us to be really, really effective, I don't want us to be operating on the same day. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to get days off. I don't put them on a schedule. I don't micromanage. I don't tell them how it is that they're supposed to edit the videos and things like that. I just tell them, hey, do what you do. Make it great, make it phenomenal. As you learn more, institute it into whatever it is that we're doing. And we go from there. So, you know, I want them to be able to do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. They don't have no specific time that they have to work. Ain't no 9 to 5 or nothing like that. But we do have to get that content out. We do have to make sure that the people is taken care of. We do got to make sure that the Patreon is popping. We do want to separate the content that we're editing. So you got shorts, you got regular videos, you got a schedule for live streams, and then you got Patreon content, and then you got the interviews. So people don't understand that content creation is like, it's a more than full-time job. It is a double-time job. I would say that if I wasn't in corporate America, I could easily clock well over 80 hours just doing content creation alone. So I don't really sleep. Even with bringing on more employees, it's a ramp-up process. And so a lot of corporations, when they bring in employees, they'd rather retain the talent that they have than bring in new people, because it costs a lot of money to bring people up to snuff. And when I say a lot of money, it's not always just based off of the money that's made in the organization. It's just the resources that it takes to train people and things like that. So I want y'all to start thinking a little bit differently and a little bit more broad about money and how you relate it to real life situations, because it's more than just what it is that you see on paper. It's more than just what you generate. Your time is your money, your resources is your money. When I have to spend time and resources sending people to do a specific thing, and I have to take them away from other things that I feel like makes more sense. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I got one person working specifically just on shorts right now, right? Because we got so much content, and I see the value in having shorts, even though it's not a monetary value. You don't make that much money from shorts, especially on YouTube. But to bring visibility into the platform for people to then, you know, lean in other content, it's important. So I allocate a person to just do shorts for now specifically. you know, depending on the type of content that we putting out, whatever it is that we got to edit. And then I got a person dedicated to just not clips, but the interviews. You know, I like to largely tackle the interviews myself right now, but I have to learn how to let that go. Oh, we at 66? All right, all right. I like to tackle that myself specifically. See, got Rita guiding me. Got a great person working for me that adds a lot of value into me. And then we taking care of business from there. So I am on my way to go on board this plane. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. I am going to spend this whole 3.5, 4 hour flight, 4.5 hour flight. I don't even know how long this flight is. I'm gonna be on mountain time. I gotta adjust for the time. I'm gonna spend this whole flight editing, not sleeping, not chilling, not relaxing. Even on the days that it's supposed to be a day off, it's a day of work, a day of editing, a day of grinding, and a day of opportunity. So this whole trip, every time I take a trip out of town, every time I do something, it's business. It's all business for me. I don't even know what a vacation looked like. One day I'm gonna take a week off. Even in December, during like, I thought December was like gonna be slowed down a little bit. December this year is gonna be my busiest month based off of what my schedule is looking like. It's gonna be crazy. So make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. You like want to speak to the people?
Hey!
Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let me know your thoughts, right? I know a lot of people like to say, hey, they want to quit their job. They want to work for themselves. I will tell you, you will work 3 times harder for yourself than you will for anybody else, and it's going to seem like a grind. But it's worth it in the end. Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
You just got to, thank you. You got to figure out what it is that you want and how hard you want to go for it. Some of y'all are not built. I'm going to be honest with you. Some of you are not built to work for yourself or content creation or any of that. But I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Let me know if you need to get in touch with me personally or you need a coaching session. Email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com. Let me tell you about Rita. Rita been gone for what, 5-6 days?
Yeah.
Landed today, early this morning, right back on a flight. She busier than me. So anyways, I'm out of here. I love y'all, I appreciate y'all. When you tap into the Patreon, make sure you go into the Discord. The Discord is linked in any of the most recent videos. And then if you're new completely, then make sure you work your way from the bottom up so that you know, with the most current information. A lot of people like to skip around, which is fine too. But if you want the most value out of the Patreon, work your way from the bottom up. And then make sure you tap into the Discord because it's a lot of people in there that can actually help you to add value into your life. And it's a phenomenal network, all right? So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm about to jump on this plane. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.